Senator Mohammed Sani Musa represents Niger State, Niger East in the 9th Senate. He is also the chairman Senate Services Committee. He's a national chairmanship aspirant ahead the 26th March National Convention of the APC. He joins us live from our studio in Abuja. Senator Musa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Let's begin with your reaction to what is now widely called the APC crisis. We're hearing that the Yobe State governor might return to preside over the national convention after a letter from INEC where the commission stated categorically that it doesn't recognize the recent change in the party leadership. The president is also talking from the UK, asking every stakeholder to sheath their sword. How do you react to what appears a rapidly changing development ahead the party's convention?
Thank you very much. APC is a party that belongs to almost everyone. And what is happening is just like a family. When you have a party that is so large like this, it's certainly going to have some kind of misunderstandings, but that does not mean there is a crisis. In every setup, even in your home, you have problems. So I believe that APC as one family, we are going to come out of this very strong. And I can tell you that whatever it is, Governor Maimala traveled on medical grounds and he gave somebody, he gave the governor of Niger State to act for him. That does not mean that there is a crisis. For God's sake, this happens. It's not what is happening in other parties. And I believe that we are going to come out of this very strongly. The insinuation that there is crisis in APC, I don't want to believe that. It's not a crisis. As far as I'm concerned, we have a caretaker committee that is preparing for the National Convention. And this National Convention hopefully is going to come on March 26th. So I don't know where the crisis is coming from. There are committees, or the attention of the committee now is on how to conduct the convention. So it's only the imagination and the fiction of some few people that are thinking that there is crisis in APC. There is no crisis in APC.
I get you, Senator. I think time will also tell. But aspirants like yourself for the national chairman have been declaring their interest in the position. The president also recently did say that he has no anointed candidate. Do you think that consensus candidacy is still feasible, seeing that this position has now been zoned?
I can't hear you.
I'm asking if you think consensus candidacy is still feasible, as some leaders of the party insinuated earlier.
That cannot be ruled. That cannot be ruled out, because the constitution of the party guarantees that also. The constitution of APC have given the ways that we can choose our leadership. It's either direct, indirect, or consensus. So anyone, it's possible. So in a political setup, whatever you think that is workable, when the leadership and the stakeholders come together, there can always be a way out. And if it is consensus, so be it. But it will definitely be done in tandem with what the constitution of the party gives.
Let's talk about your interest in leading the APC. What support base do you have, and what exactly will you do differently if elected as chairman?
You want me to give you my plans for the APC? I intend to bring a new to the APC. APC should be an institution. Today, APC is the biggest party in Africa, and I believe that we have the democratic foundation in this country. All we need is to make the structures very strong. And what are those structures? The political parties. By the time we make APC an institution whereby it grooms leaders, whereby all the policies of government are being designed and strategized by the party and given to those that are elected, this party will be strong. And then we will have an ideology, because APC as a party deserve to have an ideology. And what is that ideology? The legacies of our founding fathers, where the original intention of bringing APC to fore, that is what we should start to work we should try as much as possible to work and see that we've been able to put it and become like an institution whereby you cannot just overnight change the guidelines or change the constitution or change anything. You have to go by the ethics, you have to go by the books. And once we do that, APC is going to be very strong. And these are the things I intend to bring to APC. And before we can achieve all these things, we need to reconcile ourselves. There are a lot of differences. Yes, definitely. This party was built from legacy parties. Now there is no legacy party. The only legacy party we have is the APC. So we must be able to come, bring all our ideas, ideologies together, and be able to build one ideology. And that is to build an APC that you and you and the Nigerian masses will look at and say this is a platform that we can be able to actualize our potentials. And this is one of the cardinal ideals that I have and I'm bringing on board if I'm elected the chairman of, the national chairman of the APC.
Senator Mohammed Sani Musa, Senate Chairman, Senate Services Committee, is also a national chairman aspirant of the APC. Thank you for talking to us on the news tonight.
Thank you very much.